Good night, guys. Good night, good night, good night. Just trying out this StreamYard actually app basically and seeing how it working and stuff like that. Now we want to talk about a basketball player. You know, a lot of people out here smoking off their head. Smoke, puff, puff, give. They're out here singing, give them the weed, the gun ganja weed, nobody burn it down before you because you murder the breed. All of those situations that comes with the so-called marijuana, cannabis, whatever you call it. But you still have people out here still serving time for that marijuana. You still have people out here enjoying off some people's back that didn't get a chance to even smoke for free now. That situation that of the marijuana legal. So you have people still serving time. You have people still have criminal record because of the marijuana. You have people deported because of the marijuana, and you have people now walking in and out smoking out smoking outside for free without getting locked up. Or other people in the past, but still now are being prosecuted for the so-called marijuana. Okay, so I just want to show you the basketball player. I'm going to insert a picture some other time just because I'm just trying out this. So there's a basketball player here. All right. Okay. And he's here in Indonesia. Indonesia. Indonesia, right? Facing execution for the so-called marijuana. Okay. So I'm going to read from the best of my ability and get on with this story. Okay. And when I'm finished, I will just come on back when it's playing. All right. So I'm just going to read from the best of my ability so you guys don't get bored. So you guys could just focus on my voice instead of focusing on me. Okay. I use cannabis as a medicine. The U.S. basketball player facing execution in Indonesia over $400 of gummies. Unlike his fellow basketball player Brittany Grinder, George Shaw has received scant attention of being arrested for drug offenses overseas. All right. When George Shaw, an American basketball player in Indonesia, right, stepped down to the lobby in his apartment complex early this year to collect a package containing illegally imported cannabis gummies. He thought that the medicine to ease the Crohn's disease had arrived. It had, but so had 10 undercover police officers. A video on social media shows Shaw wearing a black t shirt and shorts, shouting for help as the swarm of officers moved to apprehend him. The 35-year-old from Dallas, Texas is facing possibility of death penalty or a long spell behind bars. He was a key member, okay, after Parira Bandung, who won the Indonesia Basketball League in 2023, and he has scored more than 1,000 points over 3 seasons in the country. But now he is languishing in pretrial detention and is banned for life from IBL. Can't play no more basketball. Career is basically over, guys. I use cannabis as a medicine, he told the Guardian over the phone from a prison just outside Indonesia capital, Jakarta. In his first comments to the press since his May arrest, I have a inflammatory, okay? He has Crohn's disease. It's incurable, and everybody know that, right? Remember, he has an inflammatory condition, and it's Crohn's disease, okay? And it's incurable. There's no medicine apart from cannabis that stop my stomach from aching. During the off season, Shaw lives in Thailand, where cannabis is subject to more liberal laws. He said he had endured the pain of going without cannabis in previous campaigns, but says the health reasons spurred him to import the intercepted supply of 132 gummies this year. I made a stupid mistake, he says. But that mistake should not warrant the death penalty or long spell in prison, he says. There's people telling me I am about to spend the rest of my life in prison for over some edibles, he says. I never been through anything like this in the first 2 months after his arrest. He was at the lowest point in my life, and it's a really dark, a mental place, Jaja. I felt helpless alone, he says. I didn't want to wake up again. But through prayer and his faith, as well as access to prison gym, he started to feel himself again. Even while the 6 feet, 11 inches athletic shares a cramped cell with a dozen men. You guys know those prisons and all of that is all the way, right? You guys know that, okay? So all of that. Um, so that's all of it, right? So basically, this man is in prison because of gummies, okay? But the mistake should not warrant the death penalty or long spell in prison, okay? He says, there's people telling me I'm about to spend the rest of my life in prison over some edibles, okay? And he said that he went to a lowest point, depression, all of those things, and all of that, right? Now he's going to the gym and stuff like that, working out all the time. Okay, I just turned 35, but I still feel young, says the former Utah State basketball player who has played in Argentina, Japan, Turkey, Thailand, and Tanzania. I would love to continue my basketball career, but that career basically is over because he not too long got fired after he got locked up in this case. Okay, guys? Shaw, who plays a center of a power forward, says cannabis helped him ease his anxiety and depression and, well, the pain for his Crohn's disease. I don't use it to have fun or party, he says. With my stomach condition, sometimes it's hard to me to keep down food or go to the toilet. It just smooths the pain a little bit. Oh my. Indonesia take a hard line on drugs and carried out execution in 2016 by fire squad of and three foreigners convicted of drug offenses. More than 500 people, including almost 100 foreigners, are on death row in the country, mostly for drug related crimes. Okay? So, if you really think about it, people, Indonesia is a strict place, right? Indonesia police have said that Shah sent text message to his teammates saying that he would share some of the cannabis candies with them. What they consider drugs, I consider medicine, says Shah. It's just different cultures. After Shah arrests Ronald Spengung, okay, the Soekarno Hatta airport police chief told reporters that the American could face life in prison or even death penalty if found guilty. All right? We are still running the investigation to uncover the international drug network behind this case and not to stop its distribution, Spy Young said. Shah was swiftly paraded at a press conference, appearing with his hands cuffed, wearing an orange prison issue t-shirt and a black face mask. He stood with his back to the audience as police chief exhibited the cannabis gummies, which weigh 869 grams in total and are worth $400. Oh no. He said that to charge him with possession of almost a kilo, okay, almost a kilo, all right, oh my. Cannabis is unjust and sick given that most of the weight is made up by gummies themselves rather than the cannabis content. I've been charged for almost a kilo, he said, and I didn't have anything there that I can't bother. Anyways, Shaw is fundraising to cover his rising legal fee. He has not yet appeared in court despite being arrested for 5 months ago. All right? And he's still waiting for the first appearance date. They're making it seem like I'm the big drug dealer. He says, why would I bring the candy here to sell? It was my personal use. All right? Stephanie Shepard, director of the Last Prison Project, which campaigns for release of people in prison for cannabis-related offenses, said jar case is not an isolated incident. Around the world, people are serving extreme sentences for nonviolent cannabis offenses that pose no threat to public safety. Like I told you guys, a lot of you guys out here enjoying the cannabis, the marijuana, but a lot of people are still being persecuted, locked up, and put it away and even executed, guys. So we gotta be mindful out here. So the next time you have puff, 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 puff with respect, basically. Okay. I'm gonna some of that, and I'm gonna jump to the next line. People are serving, like I said, experienced sentence for nonviolent cannabis, blah, blah. Even the US, she added 10,000 of people remain incarcerated for cannabis offenses despite its recreational legalization in almost half of the states and medical green light in all about two. Like I said, these punishments run counter to international human rights standards, Shepard said. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So you have some places that these things are legalized, smoke, puff, puff, give, but in other places you cannot. You go to jail for years and years, and you'll be executed as well. Oh no, my, dad'll die. Okay. Anyhow, she go on and say that on the Sandbox September journal Nature Medicine published a paper and study which found that cannabis can ease chronic lower back pain without serious side effect. It came as Donald Trump talked up the benefits of cannabis-based medicine. These are parallels between Shaw case and that Brittany Grinder, the decorated American basketball player who was in prison in Russia for 10 months in 2022 for the authority funds cannabis vape cap through cartridge in her luggage. Grinder was eventually released as part of prisoner swap involving Russian weapons trafficker. All those kind of things, people. So I don't know if you guys know about the Britney case where, she had vape and they say, yeah, marijuana vape and da. So the basketball player right now, guys, is asking for donation. Remember, he was fired after this case aired and after he got locked up. So let me play it for you guys, quick and fast.
An American basketball player possibly faces the death penalty or a lengthy prison sentence after being arrested in Indonesia on drug charges. 35-year-old Jared Shaw used to play in the Indonesian Basketball League for the Tanger Hawks. That was until May, when reports say he received a package in the mail from Thailand containing 132 cannabis gummies. Cannabis is decriminalized in Thailand, but not in Indonesia, where some offenders have been sentenced to death by firing squad. In a recent interview with The Guardian, Shaw said he used the cannabis to treat his Crohn's disease, for which there is no cure. He added that he made a, quote, stupid mistake. And being held in detention for the past 5 months has caused him to go to a dark place mentally. After the arrest, Shaw's contract was terminated by the Tanger Hawks, which said in a statement he violated the league's strict no drug use policy in his contract. The team also found him guilty of violating professional ethics and discipline standards. The case is eerily similar to that of Brittany Griner, the American basketball player sentenced to prison in Russia after she was found with vape cartridges in her luggage at an airport. She was returned to the U.S. in a prisoner swap after 10 months in detention. A friend has set up a GoFundMe page to help Shaw get legal representation. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Mara.
So imagine that, guys. All right. So that's what's happening right now, to be honest. Okay. Let's get to this some more. All right. 1 second.
Asia, his face blurred by. This is Jared Shaw from Dallas calling for help as he is being arrested in Indonesia. His face blurred by the police taking the video. The 6'10" Carter High School and then Utah State player went undrafted in 2014, but found success overseas, most recently in the Indonesian Basketball League, until his arrest in Tangerang, Indonesia, just outside Jakarta. Police there paraded him in front of the local media, made him climb onto a press conference stage and stand with his back to the audience while they detailed the charges against him.
Kali ini adalah hasil dari
Police say they intercepted a package sent to him by a woman in Thailand. Delta 9 THC candies and gummies worth about $400 that they allege he planned to sell and share with other players. Strictly illegal in Indonesia. Of 1 year or as much as life in prison. Shaw's family still lives near Carter High School. We reached them today at their home. They did not want to go on camera, but his younger brother told us they are still trying to get more information on his arrest and have been allowed to speak with him by phone. His predicament, however, is similar to that of Texas native Brittany Griner, the NBA star arrested in Russia in 2022 for carrying medically prescribed.
So this was 1 second. This was Brittany Grinder, the other one that they locked up in Russia for the vape. That's her. Okay, remember her? So this case is basically similar. Okay.
Hash oil in her luggage, held for 9 months in a Russian prison until she was exchanged for a Russian arms dealer. Jared Shaw's fate is less certain in Indonesia, where even the death penalty can be imposed for large-scale drug trafficking, including marijuana. In Dallas, I'm Kevin Reese.
So just imagine that people are out here smoking, like I said, gracefully, greatly, but other people are being prosecuted every day by the marijuana. By the marijuana. By the marijuana every day. So the next time you smoke gracefully, because people out here are being locked up for what you guys think is free to smoke. Okay? So I just had to come and shout, just had to come and tell you guys, did you guys hear about this? Did you guys hear about this at all? All right. We also want to get to a former Atlanta police officer that's sentenced in the killing of the Lyft driver. You guys heard about that case? Let's get into it.
Fulton County judge has sentenced a now former Atlanta police officer to nearly 3 decades in prison. Kobe Minor pleaded guilty to a reduced charge of voluntary manslaughter for killing his Lyft driver, 35-year-old Reginald Thomas Folks, last year. 11 Live's Grace King was in the courtroom for a really emotional sentencing hearing. Grace, talk us through what the victim's family said and how they reacted to this verdict.
Well, we heard from his mom, we heard from his dad, we heard from his cousin, all who hoped that Kobe Minor would spend the rest of his life behind bars. But his murder charge was reduced to voluntary manslaughter through a plea deal. So the judge sentenced him to about 29 years with the possibility of parole. In a Fulton County courtroom, Kobe Minor asked for one thing.
I ask that you find that I can take your heart again.
But after 500 days of anguish, the Folks family made their answer.
That was the Lyft driver. 1 second. That was the Lyft driver now. How come you guys can see me? 1 second. That was the Lyft driver. Okay? So the family's like, no, we don't want to hear it. Okay?
Forgiveness is overrated, and I don't need that to heal because there is no healing that will ever make this wound feel like it was never there.
In May 2024, Reginald Reggie Thomas Folks was driving for Lyft when the now former APD officer called a ride home.
How can you coward?
All hoped that Kobe Minor would spend the rest of his life behind bars, but his murder charge was reduced to voluntary. In 2024, Reginald Reggie Family made their answer clear.
Forgiveness is overrated, and I don't need that to heal because there is no healing that will ever make this wound feel like it was never there.
In May 2024, Reginald Reggie Thomas Folks was driving for Lyft when the now former APD officer called a ride home.
How can you cowardly execute in the back of his head an unarmed, hardworking black man whom he hired to drive him home?
Minor's attorney says he was having a mental episode when he got in the car and thought Folks was part of a, quote, gay fraternity that could kidnap him.
At about the 2-minute mark, it becomes apparent to me that Kobe realizes exactly what has taken place. And I can hear in that call remorse.
But remorse can't bring Reggie back.
Reggie did not deserve to have his life taken.
Reggie's family says they'll always remember him as a happy, confident, and wonderful young man taken from them far too soon.
He never gave up. He always supported people. He always supported his families. I no longer have my protector. I no longer have my twin.
And in his sentencing, Judge Scott McAfee told Minor he hopes he'll dedicate the rest of his life to honoring Reggie. If Minor turns his life around, he could be eligible for parole.
All right, Grace, thank you so much. And
Oh, could you imagine? So, like I said, I just came to speak about the basketball player that possibly going to be getting life or death penalty of the marijuana. Okay.
Goddamn cure, but he said ease the pain. But the police said it's drug smuggling. 132 gummies worth $400, and that small decision could cost him his life in the penitentiary or even death. See, in America, that's life. But in Indonesia, that's life or death. They don't care about your story. They care about their law. Jared Shaw was a star in the Indonesian basketball league, over 1,000 points, a champion in 2023, and now he's in a cell, wondering if he ever gonna see his family again. And this situation starting to sound too familiar. Remember Brittany Griner? She got locked up in Russia over a vape pen. She wasn't a threat. She was a target, a political pawn in the global game. And she spent 10 months in a Russian jail over a vape pen. Now, me and you both know we could go to any smoke shop on any corner and walk out with a vape pen. But she ain't walk out of Russia. Now, she might be a star at playing basketball games, but every country she going to ain't playing. Russia did a swap for a goddamn arms dealer, a dangerous arms dealer, to get Brittany Griner back. Indonesia might do a firing squad, and they won't lose no sleep over. Some places got zero tolerance. Singapore, Malaysia, Saudi Arabia. People don't care about the word sorry. They do sentence, and I'm talking about life or death sentence over something small. Because see, right now with all this beef going on with goddamn Trump always in the headline, facing tariffs and all this shit. Y'all don't know when the next goddamn war finna start. Y'all don't know what's finna happen. Trump got this country on edge. It ain't a good time to be traveling out no goddamn country. You might get stuck over there over something so small. Y'all know y'all be doing this. Something so small. And they ain't gonna stick you because you guilty. They sticking you because of where you from. Rappers done got locked up all in Dubai over goddamn vape. These countries done detain athletes over meds that's legal at home, but your legal papers don't work in them goddamn countries. People losing years of their life over something that's sold at gas stations in America. But you gotta understand something. Your freedom ain't universal. Your rights stop at the border, and your ignorance won't save you. So before
you hear that, okay, let's continue.
pack that bag to go in them other countries. Y'all be got there getting the booty rubs in Jamaica. Y'all be going over there to Mexico. When they pull your ass over, they gonna want a bag in Mexico. When they pull you over in Haiti, you might be going to Jimmy Barbecue. Y'all got to be careful where you're going before you pack that.
The biggest advice, research the country where you're going and see if you could bring your damn marijuana, your marijuana pills, your marijuana gummies, your cook, whatever shit you smoke and carry on with. Do yourself a favor and do the research of the rules and regulation. There was a lady got locked up somewhere in Dubai for talking too loud in the street. Allegedly. I don't know how true that story is, but that's what I heard. Seriously. Okay? Moving on. We get to understand that Ninja Kid joined Footer Hype and dismissed Mr. Vegas. We're gonna get into that. I'm gonna wrap up this live because I gotta go. I just came to try out the StreamYard studio to see how it works. And then I just wanted to give you guys a quick content because I don't want to leave you guys hanging. When I have a little bit of free time, I come on. When I don't have all of that time, then you don't see me, right? So just keeping up. You understand? Because sometimes I'm not around to give you guys a content or two. Okay, so give me a second. All right, gonna mute you guys for a second.
When I sleep, my eye red. See that? I put on back the glass. You hear me? Yes, man, we are here, man. All right. Look into this. My G own the restaurant. You know my G own the restaurant. Yeah, right? Yeah. The man said, kid, it's in milk that area. I want some 90s artists. See? Yeah. I said, my G, all right, watch this. We are get Tony Curtis, Jigsy King, Mega Bantan, Frisco Kid, and we are see if we can get Ghost. See? Yeah. Anyway, when I link Ghost like kid, you know, so the permit not come through yet. I said, all right, boom. See? So I say, I eat that. Frisco Kid, Jigsy King, Mega Bantan,
Keep on listening.
and Tony Curtis. Right? Yeah. Anyway, my G called me and said, yo, kid, want to General B. I said, no!
Kid
We don't want them man there, you man! You don't want them man there crosses! Them man there are crosses! We don't want them crosses, man, the power sure! Kid, stop it, man. Maybe I'm bringing it. I said, no! Foot I'm taking off my glass. I said, no! Them man there crosses! Yeah. Anyway, 2 days before the show, me see what advertisement come out. Just added General B. Me said, Jesus Christ, and what is what say? Yo, kid, cool man, everything good man. Wait. Alright. We're not fight it no more. We're not fight that. The reason why I was saying no, let me explain why I was saying no. Yeah. General B. No, you remember Ratio? Yeah. Sashi, yeah. Forward on come on road and say, yo, me I go keep back Sashi, you know. Remember me and Cabra, when him forward, yes, in Miami, and me and Cabra. Because me and Cabra is Ratio friend from day one before him turn Sashi, you know. Yeah. We know that man that years ago. Zen? Yeah. Anyway, I said, I mean, keep back Sashi and wait. The man got Jamaica, go meet the crosses. Crosses boy, General B. We should never know say a General B makes Sashi not go on good. Cause the man take the man money and pocket the whole of the money and give some liquor artist some 15 grand. Sashi. Remember when Super Cat I got to Sashi, the man said, oh, Rachel Cashy, big money. And you, General B, get money and a share for the liquor man them down in Jamaica, get them 15 grand. Quench Chris Owens, Screechy join them man there. And you never ever call and say, Ninja Kid, you want to go on Sashi? No, you don't mention me. I'm better. I'm glad him never mentioned me. I wasn't going to do that show. No matter what, because remember me and Rachel and Kabla talk first. You understand? Yeah. All right. Me say, here one. And I want to put in a foot up, but I just finish, but I just get to the point. My youth, the boy come and find. And me pick up the boy out of the airport, him and walk and talk. And have the boy in the vehicle with me. Zin, I say, Rose, them get an Airbnb. Zin, Airbnb, and the Airbnb was me, Mega, and Frisco. Zin, Jinxie King, good and fine, and Tony Curtis, good and fine, because them and they have them, them rare, them good. Them have place to stay. Understand? Anyway, Mega say, here what kid, me good too.
So you guys could see the person face, right?
Good.
Just
so
a bit.
make it general the Mega Bantan room. Alright? Yeah. Remember me now want to see the boy in a footer. Alright. Chance. Boy there. The boy there with me. First thing first. Me don't know nothing what team arrangement with. Yeah. The boss. Yeah. The boss. But me know Frisco Kid arrangement, Mega Bantan arrangement, and because of them and them book for the show. Yeah. So me know say, right. Anyway, the man them get them podium, me still make him get podium. Yeah. You understand? We are dealing professional. Me I show the boss how you deal with this thing here. Remember, you know, my podium, remember Airbnb we get. So my podium, I buy water, toothpaste, juice, and put in the fridge.
Are you kidding me? Water, this is where it reach. Music, toothpaste. Literally kissing my teeth. And pause.
I podium that everybody can drink a bottle of water and ray. They not touch them podium. Because I know so they not get the rest of them ray the other half yet. Yeah. And me I take back my money out of everybody. You know me. Yes. Anywhere now footer. Showtime. Yeah. Showtime. Everybody, me have to go pick up Jinxie King and Tony Curtis to feed them yard. So me, Frisco Kid, and General Thief, Bad Mind, General Bad Mind, the Thief, Wicked. Anyway, when we come out of the hotel room and going out of the van. Yeah. Frisco, there saw General B there saw. General B jump out of the van and go back in at the hotel. Say, me left something hold on and go back in the van. So the way our Frisco Kid Bex, he must come out of the van and jump in another man. Well, when we talk about General D come back, me don't know what General D got to do in the room, you know. Yeah. Going out to the Airbnb back for yet, you know. Me don't know when come back for yet in the footer. Yeah. And in forward back in the vehicle. Boom, we are driving go to the show. Me hear like boom, someone's look. Frisco Kid left the door open. Yeah. We are driving here. Something I say, oh, Frisco door open. It's because the way Frisco been prison and push it up. You know what I mean? Come here there? Yeah. Me go pick up Tony Curtis. And Jinxie King. Yeah. Heading to the show now. We will lock everything. We're heading to the show. Reach out the show. Now walk General B stop again and say, kid, open back the vehicle. Yeah. So I'm going to say, and open it back and we are Jinxie King the right, so I wait for him. And say, yo, lock it back. Boom. Lock it back. Going to the show. Do a show. Anyway, when I'm in the show, the person called me when they left at the Airbnb and said, you know, say, I feel upset and I don't want to tell you nothing for you mash up your friendship still, you know. But you know, say, General B come back in the hotel room and knock the door, and I thought it was you, and you know I'm naked, right? And I open the door, and him come in and say, yo, give me some of him cologne there. Put on me and you there on the road. If you want some of my cologne and I'm here in the repeat that man. The boy. You can't say that? The boy general big. So when I see him come out of the van, what do you think him gonna do? Gonna knock my room door. My girl, one of my girl in there, coming up from no woman gonna beg to see this. Me not care. Because me can't feel blood clot, nothing. The boy, knock my door. My woman in there near kid, because she think I mean at the door, and him pull the door. She pull the door and let it, and when him go in there, him go in there, and I look for my woman and say, let's let me in cologne there. Why General B never said to me in the van, kid, you know, say, more survive cologne. Yeah. Let's go back. Yeah, that's normal things. Big violation. Big violation. And that at me, you know. And maybe that make me get pissed off with jokes too. Because when we get the call, my head does start.
Rather petty. Toothpaste, water, cologne, mega sprayer, all of that tit for tat. We're not gonna entertain it. But I'm not gonna stay with you guys long. Like I said, just trying to keep the channel occupied. So I don't leave you guys hanging at all. I'm busy at times, but sometimes I got some free time, and I said I'm gonna come and drop one or two content. Okay? So what we were talking about is a basketball player that is in Indonesia got in trouble and possibly gonna get executed over gummies, marijuana, cannabis. So let me just revise this and jump off of this live and say thank you guys for coming. Just trying out the StreamYard, basically. Trying out the StreamYard. I'm exhausted, guys. So slow I'm talking, I'm tired. And all of that. I'm gonna go to sleep because I gotta rise early in the morning. Yes? So let me just backtrack what I came and speak about. Tired man. Stick a fork in me, I'm done.
This is Jared Shaw from Dallas calling for help as he is being arrested in Indonesia. His face blurred by the police taking the video. The 6'10" Carter High School and then Utah State player went undrafted in 2014, but found success overseas, most recently in the Indonesian Basketball League, until his arrest in Tangerang, Indonesia, just outside Jakarta. Police there paraded him in front of the local media, made him climb onto a press conference stage and stand with his back to the audience while they detailed the charges against him.
Kali ini adalah hasil dari
Police say they intercepted a package sent to him by a woman in Thailand. Delta 9 THC candies and gummies worth about $400 that they allege he planned to sell and share with other players. Strictly illegal in Indonesia. Possession alone could mean a minimum sentence of 1 year or as much as life in prison. Shaw's family still lives near Carter High School. We reached them today at their home. They did not want to go on camera, but his younger brother told us they are still trying to get more information on his arrest and have been allowed to speak with him by phone. His predicament, however, is similar to that of Texas native Brittany Griner, the WNBA star arrested in Russia in 2022 for carrying medically prescribed hash oil in her luggage, held for 9 months in a Russian prison until she was exchanged for a Russian arms dealer. Jared Shaw's fate is less certain in Indonesia, where even the death penalty can be imposed for large-scale drug trafficking, including marijuana. In Dallas, I'm Kevin Reese.
So, I know you guys got the drift. So while you're out here smoking freely, smoking kindly, smoking out your money, smoking and blowing it in the air, enjoying your marijuana, people are still in prison. People die for being activists. People are still being prosecuted, evil death sentence, and also people got deported, and people are still being charged today with the so-called marijuana that they claim that is free for you all who smoke. Hmm? So I had to come and shed that light. Sorry that I cannot stay with you guys any longer for the night. Usually I give you guys an hour and a little bit, just an hour. But I'm exhausted. So thank you for stopping by, trying out this stream yard quietly, and just trying to keep the channel occupied so I don't leave you guys hanging, so I don't leave the channel just high and dry. But people, I'm exhausted, man. I left my house this morning from 6 o'clock in the morning. Hmm? Never came back until after 6. I find that when I'm on the morning shift, I'm more exhausted than more I'm on the night shift. You guys know nights are very quiet. But in the morning shift, man, I'm telling you, you deal with all walks of life. Exhausted. Hmm? Yesterday was Thanksgiving, long weekend, just, Anyways, guys, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you guys know when I come live. And thank you for stopping by. And for the new subscribers, thank you. Welcome to the channel. And for those who always come, respect you. And I see you next time. Peace and love. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm.